So today was quite dynamic. President Trump tweeted two tweets that referred to Senator Sanders' Medicare for All bill he introduced yesterday with the 16 Democratic co-sponsors. And in his rebuke of Sanders' law, he charged it with providing this curse on the U.S. and its people, and swore off that he would veto it in the event that it actually was passed by the Senate, seemingly negating the fact that the opposing party for the Democrats, who are for the majority co-sponsoring this bill, or one in three of that party is co-sponsoring this bill, is the Republicans, whom are not even for the Affordable Care Act. So it's all a really interesting diatribe on the part of the president. It seems as if he's forgotten that his party is in control of the state of affairs as far as the upper chamber of Congress, and well, even though it's not entirely relevant, the lower chamber of Congress as well, referring to the Senate as the upper one, the House the lower one. So I want to really depart on this message because the same people who have supported the Medicare for All bill are going to support the same people who oppose, which is the majority of the Republican Party, at least the ones that are in office, are going to continue to oppose it. I want a thought to kind of occur because we had Press Secretary Sanders rebuke the law yesterday. We've now had Trump make his own statement. Think about this. The healthcare system is very complicated, as Trump himself admitted. You'll have a guy who I strongly respect in a number of cases, Shapiro, make the claim that this is something which we cannot afford because of various reasons X, Y, and Z. And I'm not, denying that. But the problem is he would also make that same argument for the Affordable Care Act with reasons X, Y, and Z as to why we couldn't implement it or otherwise maintain it. Essentially, what I'm seeking to convey is that if one thing doesn't work and you believe it doesn't work, why not try something different? But see, that's part of the reason why a lot of things don't get accomplished in Congress. That's part of the reason why a lot of people don't make it to where they want to go. We are scared to implement change. We are scared to differ from what we're usually into. And with the Republicans, it makes sense. Most of them are bought off by these pharmaceutical companies that are able to, in some aspect, increase their stock by healthcare being of difficulty for the middleman or the lower class person. So they have, understandably, a position that is rooted in their background, namely who puts the cash in their pockets. But I really want people to think about this as well. All of these Democratic senators that have come forward, other than maybe Warren, could I not see going and actually trying to help Sanders out with this prior to his presidential campaign, prior to him becoming the most popular politician in the U.S. at this point. So what this is meant to convey is there's a level of popularity, because the names attached to this, you look at Harris, you look at Booker, they're presidential hopefuls, but also there is proof that public figures can be pressured into taking positions that they might have otherwise condemned, they might have otherwise said they were against. And you might not be able to do that to Trump, but 3 years will go by very quickly. And when that time comes and it's re-election, heading up, we'll have the opportunity to implement this. So it doesn't really matter what he says in the long run. Yes, it's a stepping stone for change. And whether he gets 4 years, 8 years, Trump's not going to be in there forever. The Republicans are not going to be in there forever. I don't even think they'll get more than maybe another term, and then we'll get Democrats again, just based off of the patterns of voting. Because people get sick of one party after 8 to 12 years and move to the other one, so on and so forth. But keep that in mind. I really hope that this has been informative. I just want to express my own distaste with his comments, but also say this isn't the end. This is, we're at a climactic point where now we have to go from here's what we want to do to how are we going to do it. So now that Trump has expressed his, already known distaste for this type of healthcare system, the mission becomes to get more Democrats and possibly Republicans, even though I think that's very unlikely, to support this bill up until this upcoming presidential election, and then get Trump out of office, which if the Democrats run certain progressives, they probably stand a good chance of doing, namely a certain most popular politician, but whatever, I'm crazy. But these are things that they're bothering us at this point. They can be overcome. It is what it is. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Stay safe and be hopeful, because I am.